Hi, this is Harry Butler with the Journal of Commerce here at TPM 2013 in Long Beach, California. Joining me now is Linda Styrk, Managing Director of the Port of Seattle. Welcome, Linda.
Thank you.
What are the challenges that ports are facing with regard to the harbor maintenance tax and the way it functions today?
Well, I can think of three major components of the harbor maintenance tax that are a problem today. One is there's a lot of money coming into the harbor maintenance tax trust fund, but it's only spent at about 50%. In fact, I believe the numbers being reported by the Army Corps of Engineers say that there's 1.6 billion coming into the fund and only 800 million being spent. So we'd like to see full expenditure of that fund for harbor maintenance. And also, when the harbor maintenance tax was first implemented back in the mid-'80s, it was really focused around all the cargo movements being through port gateways, and that fee is assessed when your cargo is coming inbound to the U.S. through a port, but not through a land border. And so today, with the substantial traffic of foreign cargo coming through Canadian and Mexican gateways, those collections aren't being made. So we're seeing erosion of the harbor maintenance tax that's not being collected at those land borders. And so we'd like to see that reformed and help the fund. The third aspect that's problematic is right now a lot of the collections occur at some major water ports that don't reap the benefits of that collection. For example, Seattle and Tacoma, they only see about 1 cent on a dollar of the harbor maintenance tax coming back into the ports for helping with harbor maintenance.
Under these circumstances, how do you see West Coast ports' competitive situation?
Well, certainly competition continues to grow. There's a lot of expansion projects throughout the U.S., but also in Canada, which is a particular competitor for the Northwest, and Mexico. What it's doing is just creating a growing supply-demand imbalance for port capacities relative to the trade growth that we're seeing, the global trade growth, especially in the Trans-Pacific. Here at the conference, we heard some of those forecasts were either flat to 2% for the coming years, which is going to keep the pressure on the competition for quite some time. In addition, Canada has their Asia-Pacific Gateway Initiative, where they've really orchestrated a lot of effort to capture more of the U.S.-bound cargo. So that will continue to create pressure for more market share erosion from the PNW ports to Canada. And we're already seeing in general shifting of cargo related to the Panama Canal expansion. Although we've seen a lot of that shift happen already, I think what we'll expect when the Panama Canal does expand, that there will be opportunities for both coasts, maybe Europe services that will be upsizing and will head towards the West Coast for cargo. And the reverse, of course, is true. But we also think that the major players will be the Panama Canal fees and the land bridge fees, and what those mean to shippers and how their economics will work out will determine any major shifts in cargo flows.
What is the port doing to improve the environmental conditions of the harbor?
We've got a lot of programs going. When Teiyo Shitani came on as CEO of Port of Seattle, he made it his mission for us to be the cleanest, greenest, most energy efficient port in the nation. And back in 2005, we did a maritime air emissions inventory, which was with the Canadian interest. They have the Georgia airshed, which combines with our Puget Sound airshed. And we calculated what our emissions were in 2005, and then we just recalculated our emissions in 2011. And we have seen substantial improvements in reducing impacts. In fact, particulate matter in Seattle is down 42% over that time, and we've seen substantial declines in impacts in carbon and other pollutants as well. We have a variety of programs that helped us get there. Our ABC Fuel programs partially subsidizes the use of lower sulfur fuels for vessels that are at berth in the Port of Seattle. We also had a clean truck program that helped move the trucks to a newer model year that substantially reduced emissions. We also have programs around the container handling equipment, the switching trains in our harbor area, and Harborcraft in the Puget Sound.
Well, thank you, Linda, for being here, and thank you also to the port for being a multimedia sponsor.
Thank you very much. It's our pleasure.